Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. So, today, what are we doing today? Today we're going to be looking at something a little bit different, but it's super fun. We'll be showcasing 5 new legend concepts that are actually created by the Apex Legends community themselves. Now I guess it's just important to note that these aren't displayed in any particular order. There's no favoritism going on here. I just think they're all amazing, and the sources for this video and all credits will of course be linked in the description down below. Anyways, without wasting any more time, let's just jump straight into the list. Alright, so at number 5 we have Jammer by Jacob Kroon. This military style legend is a lot less armored than other legends, but is a technology disruptor. He has some specific details like his real name, age, and most importantly, his abilities. He is a character with a passion for creating technology and specializes in being a tactical support for your team. His tactical ability is called Portable Jammer and would allow you to drop or throw jammers to disrupt enemies. We have a cool screenshot illustrating what it would do to the enemies. In this case, it would block out their abilities and would jam their maps. On top of this, they would no longer be able to ping while being jammed, and I think that's absolutely insane. It might be kind of powerful, but it fits his theme super well. I mean, imagine setting up a tactical jammer, and as an enemy team approaches, they lose access to their abilities or even just their maps, and the ability to ping meaning they lose communication if they're not playing with their friends, which is very effective. Now jumping into a little more detail, his passive ability would be called Distorted Vision and would allow him to briefly see enemies who get jammed by his ability. I think this is a great synergy and works so well with his tactical character. I mean, just reading these out makes me want to play him personally. Again, maybe a little bit too packed of a kit, but it sounds fun. There's also his ultimate called Radial Disruption, and this would create a circle around you, kind of like your main ability, your Q ability, but it would, as you walk, it would be on you, so it would disrupt enemies as you go, meaning it's similar to his tactical ability, like I just said, but you could also use it more aggressively in order to attack or ambush other teams other than, you don't just have to set it up kind of like a trap. It's definitely well put together, and the kit sounds super cool. I definitely wouldn't mind seeing this legend come to life, maybe with a little bit of tweaks, but it would be badass. I'd love to play this guy. Alright, for our next legend, we have Hourglass by Rodham Guy. So we're just going to be looking at her abilities, but there's a lot of in-depth and thought put out into this, so if you guys do want to check it out, then make sure to check the original post in the description, read as much as you'd like, but for me, let's actually just jump straight into the abilities. I want to see the juicy stuff. So her tactical ability is Time Bubble. It allows you to cast forward a bubble in which time is frozen. So let's say, for example, when you're under fire, you can throw a bubble in the direction you're being fired at. The bubble will travel a short distance and begin catching the bullets. The bubble lasts for 7 seconds normally, but Hourglass can reactivate the ability in a shorter time period and pop it herself, meaning she can suspend bullets, move out of the way, and then let them come through. This is of course the most basic way to use it, because she can also use it on live grenades to control when it explodes, or even place a bubble, shoot her own bullets, and then let them loose as a huge barrage of bullets in order to kill the enemy. And I mean, man, I just imagine all these creative ways to use this ability. I mean, imagine if you're, let's say, on the high ground, put a bubble, shoot all the bullets, let it loose, and it's just like a rain of bullets, or maybe the gas canister, or other super crazy things. I mean, I would love to just see this implemented, just to see what crazy things people would come up with. Now her next ability is her passive, and it's called More Lifetime. This one fits her character super well. I think it's great. So basically, when an ally falls, there's a timer to revive them. If you look at your ally and then press the revive key from a distance, it'll actually pause the death timer infinitely. As long as you stay in the line of sight of them, it will continue to work, but if you move outside the line of sight, it'll break, or if Hourglass is downed herself, then the timer pause will be stopped. Ultimate ability is called Flashback. This will allow her to enter a time loop where all damage is absorbed for a brief time. After the time passes, all absorbed damage is ejected as an explosion. Now this sounds insane and super cool. So when she uses her ultimate, she can't shoot, but she moves 30% faster and will begin absorbing damage. Then, when 3 seconds pass, Hourglass will blast all the absorbed damage in a range similar to about a grenade. It would also stun enemies similar to what an arc star does. So it's a grenade that scales damage by how much damage is shot at her, and it'll stun them as a bonus. The artist also animated out some finishers, which are hilarious, but I think the legend design itself is just so well put together and is super fun. It might be too much of a packed kit, that's the kind of a trend with fan-made legends, but the way that they put detail into the ideas that they have, it's great. They sound so fun in theory. Let me know what you guys think though. Alrighty, so moving on. Next we have Siphon by Nitro. This high-tech design is super badass, and it's an assassin with some awesome art concepts for him. Regardless of his look though, he'd actually be a support tank with an aggressive playstyle, and of course his abilities are written down, so we'll take a look. His passive is called Sixth Sense, and it actually allows you to detect an item around your character between a 50 to 100 meter radius that's an upgrade to your current equipment. So let's say you're wearing a white helmet, you'd be pinged that there's a purple helmet within 100 meters of you, go grab it. This is pretty cool. It's definitely tactical, and I like the idea. His tactical ability would be called Leech Pod, and it would allow you to use Siphon's wrist-mounted launcher, and it would fire 3 devices known as leech pods. These pods attach to any surface and leech enemies' shields down to a single bar. Once their shield is at a single bar, they'll begin leeching their health down to 30%. This is insane. This one alone might be too strong, but it sounds crazy. So basically imagine shooting 3 pods wherever they connect. Okay, you know how Lifeline has her little drone that heals them with a connected wire? Imagine that, but opposite. So flies, attaches, and then that line attaches to enemies and starts draining. This would be cool. Probably powerful, but super cool. So last we actually have his ultimate, and it would be called Grab Well, and would allow you to deploy an active gravity well that propagates from a generator on his back. That's a mouthful. This would surround him in a radius similar to Gibraltar's dome shield, and when you shoot at it with bullets or any sort of projectile, the dome would drag the projectiles and have them spin around the dome. This sounds like some crazy anime shit, but it sounds crazy. So you'd negate any sort of damage as long as you're within this dome, and you'd begin spinning all of the bullets or projectiles around the dome. So this would negate damage similar to Hourglass's ultimate that we just talked about, but it might be a little bit more balanced because it doesn't refire it. It's more just to protect your teams, and the spinning damage would hurt enemies who enter the dome, but it doesn't explode it back. So it's a little bit more balanced, at least in theory. Now, this guy is definitely an awesome concept, and I'd also love to play him. It's someone who's kind of like a support who gets to be very aggressive. I mean, if you guys play Overwatch, kind of reminds me of Moira in the sense of you play a support who's aggressive, and I'd personally love to see this idea come to life. We have our next legend called Battalion Unit Defense Drone Infantry Edition. That's also a mouthful. Or Buddy for short, Buddie. So this concept looks so cool and is really well designed and kind of simple to consume. This awesome looking robot has a passive called Redundant Systems, which would allow harmful effects or critical effects to be reduced by 50%, and it would also lower the critical hitbox by 50% located on the center of his chest. His tactical ability, on the other hand, is called Internal Energy Storage, and it does something a little bit different. While stationary, it would expose internal energy storages, which would actually replenish teams' shields over time. This one is super cool. I love this as a support ability, and it actually just makes a lot of sense, and it's something that I think, okay, you know what, I'm betting 100% that some sort of legend in the future will have a sort of shield regenerating ability to support their team. I'm calling it from now. It makes too much sense, and it's a perfect fit for his theme. The last thing, of course, is his ultimate, which is Micro Titan Tech. This would project a vortex shield from both hands that captures and redirects incoming projectiles and other things back towards the attackers. However, in this design, it's a little bit of an RNG, so it's not 100% accurate. They sort of just kind of fly everywhere back towards the general direction. So it's not like they come straight at you, they come straight back. They come straight at you, they'll deflect like kind of at a 30-degree angle back. And this is again another concept about redirecting or blocking incoming attacks, which makes me really feel like a lot of the creatives in Apex Legends think it's a good fit. And I wonder if Respawn would be willing to create something of this sort. It's definitely fun to play, but I'm curious how fun it would be to play against. And I wonder if it could create an anti-fun mechanic, but deflecting things back, it sounds cool. What do you guys think? I mean, it'd be pretty hype. It kind of reminds me of Genji. I should stop referencing Overwatch, but I don't know. I think it could fit. It might be too powerful. It might not be. Let me know. Anyways, onwards to our final and last concept for today. And this one's especially interesting. So this concept is called Cooper by Minkimnik. It's a little bit weird, I'll put it up on screen. So this mobile soldier style legend has something special about him. So his passive is double jump. It reads jump in the air to cover more distance. Okay? His tactical is wall run, and it reads run on walls to get out of reach places. Lastly, there's stim, which reads run 2 times faster and regain 25% health. Now let's be honest, he sounds super fun. It's basically the Titanfall soldier placed within Apex Legends. And the reason this could never exist is because those are core mechanics that Respawn said that wouldn't work in the game. They feel it would unbalance the game. However, I still find it interesting because double jump feels kind of like Octane's jump pad in a sense, and stim shot is one of Octane's abilities as well. So the concept kind of happened. The concept was there before Octane reveal and release, but I feel the mobile and fast legend ended up just being Octane in replacement of those things like wall run and double jump. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments down below. I'm always listening. And with all that being said, it's time to just about wrap up the video for today. If you liked the video, hit that like button. Remember to subscribe for future content. Let me know what I can improve in the future. I'm still new to this. Some videos I'm commentating kind of fast or the more energy. Some I'm just like, take it easy, talk calm. Let's see what you guys enjoy more. Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.